Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Figma number 642 Hoshimachi Suisei from HoloLive. You can see her there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and put it off the side real quick and take a look at that box. And yes, it is a blue Figma box. And you have, of course, well, Suisei right there, Sui-chan. Right there in the pose right there. You got the, window where the figure is and some of the accessories. You got HoloLive Figma, you got Nemesis 642, and your name in English and in Japanese. You got cover right there, Max Factory up here, and of course, right here you have a pose up on top, and of course you have a pose on the side, you have another pose on this side, and you have another pose on the bottom and the barcode, and of course on the back you have a whole bunch of warnings and the product shots and everything, and also not for children, ages 15 and under. So there's that stuff. So yeah, including what's all included in there. You also get, the instructions, which are, of course, in Japanese and in English. And where you gotta open that, and it'll tell you some of the stuff, what's included, and some of the stuff you can do, and so on and so forth, if you want, for accessories and movement and all that. So there's that. So Suisei, yep, sociopath. And yeah, getting in close there, you can see, yep, she is, she got her blue hair and everything, got her dark blue eyes, all that stuff. You got the little bow right there with the little side tail. You got a hat with the crown and everything right there. It also has a little ribbon on it. You gotta get the plaid dress with the gold buttons and the blue tie and all that stuff. All that white and black and the little gold there, and the little black gloves. A bit of the blue right here and that gold chain. And more blue right there, including on the belt. Then here, of course, you have the weird sock and the weird legs, asymmetric leg situation. They have the feet. Right there, the boots, the high-heeled boots, the gold trim and some blue, all that. Of course, back here you also have the really nice, the big old long flowing bow. You can see that's this translucent, sparkly plastic, and you can see it kind of shining through, the light shining through that. It's real nice. She looks real good, to say the least. Yeah, she's a very good Figma overall. She's very good. Her stand is, again, I've seen this problem a lot more about frequent figures, which simply they do not want to peg in very well. It'll peg in. Yeah, also I have this one upside down because this bow, it just makes it easier to do it this way versus trying to fight with the bow in this thing. So that's how I do it personally for her. But yeah, she generally looks really good as a whole. The hat can come off, which yeah, there's the thing, it'll come off, but I'll leave a little peg hole behind. But yeah, it's a keyed peg hole, so it's pretty easy to figure out how to plug the hat back on like that. But yeah, it can come off. So if you want, you can have her hatless, which she does sometimes. Yeah, pretty solid overall. As for articulation, her head, again, ball joints and that weird ball joint swivel thing. So you got left up and down, you got left and right, you got a little bit of rotation here and there. This can move a bit. I think this is on a ball joint, so this can move a little bit forward and back and outward and all that stuff. The shoulders, of course, can do a full rotation right there. Get the hat out of knock the hat out of the way. More or less do a full rotation like that. Do have outward right there. There's kind of a ball joint, so you can swing. They can swing forward and back and adjust a little bit. Yeah, because it's on a ball joint. I believe it's not like a lot of them where you can adjust like up and down and stuff necessarily. It's just mostly the ball joint, not the stem. The ball joint's on. You also have a little swivel right here, bicep swivel right there. If you want, there's the hinged elbow, which that's one thing. Is apparently I got an email from Good Smile some time ago, which is apparently some people have had issues with it. Apparently the issue has had some blemishes on the elbow or something. Mine doesn't seem to be affected, but it's apparently a lot of copies have it, enough to that they sent out a notice about it. So mine seems to be fine. I'm not seeing it. Mostly it's like on the inside. If you take the elbow, if you pop the elbow apart, so it's like there's a bunch of crap in there or something. And mine seems to be pretty much all right. Like I'm not seeing anything really. So yeah. But apparently a lot of people had some people's issues. So it's one of those things that basically be contacted about and provide evidence. They'll just provide replacement parts. So hey, so if you have that problem, just be aware of that. And down here at the hands, you do have, of course, swivel and the hinge right there on the hand. So you got all that stuff. Mine does have a little bit of a blemish on. Yeah, you can see that. I'm not sure you can see a little bit of excess black paint right there on the edge of the hand there. It's not too bad. I could probably get that off. So I'll look into that. The waist here, which is nice, you got the rotation there, and it's on a ball joint. So you got also all this waggle forward and back and side to side. It's all over the place, and it's real nice. It's really nice and posable. The bow here, it looks like this. Yeah, has a little bit of a Articulation as well. Again, I'm going to be a little bit careful because of the Miko situation. But yeah, I can adjust a little bit, you know, if you want to flare it out a bit or down low or whatever. So just be careful with that, though. The hips, it's the new Figma thing they're doing a lot, which is, you know, not, I don't say new, it's been a couple years now, but you can see, you know, the hips can adjust, which also can make her taller. So you make her slightly taller, I guess. You got the hips there, so you can basically move them forward a little bit more. But again, there's this skirt is pretty solid plastic. It's not going to bend out of the way very easily. You got back goes, you know, decently back, but again, skirt, you know, pretty much hit that point. Outward, you do have good amount of, again, considering the skirt, a decent amount of outward. There's kind of a thigh swivel of sorts right there. There's this thigh swivel, but you know, only so much. Knees can, be careful. Knees can bend like this, and down here below you have, you know, kind of that weird forward and back thing. Although it's a little limited because of the little boot thing, because like the actual hinge is below this thing. So this is like a separate piece. But yeah, there was also side to side there. You also have that tilt, although it's kind of difficult to engage it sometimes. You have that tilt because of that, and there's no toe joint because of how the foot works. So yeah, pretty decent amount of posability. Actually, I'm impressed with the waist and whatnot in particular. And she can also, you know, like some Figma, she can actually stand without her stand, of course, as long as you get the balance right. It's always the situation, but yeah, you can do that. And of course, the stand itself, by the way, of course, you got the base, and you got this swivel hinge right here. You got this hinge, you got this hinge, you got this hinge. And of course, this bit right here can swivel as well. So yeah, that's posability. That's what I mean. Yeah, this thing does not like to stay on very well. Yeah. So, as for some measurement stuff, yeah, I do that now. Her height is about 5 5/8 inches, or 14.3 centimeters, slightly taller than Miko I just reviewed, and her weight is 1.6 ounces, or 46 grams, slightly lighter than Miko, which makes sense because her figure as a whole is a lot simpler, not as much frill as Miko, although there is those big old heavy bow bits at the back. But yeah, of course, she's a Figma, so of course it comes with a bunch of accessories, including, of course, the bag, which all the accessories can be stored in, which is Figma branding and everything. You also have some alternate faces. You got the default face here, which is her, you see, just kind of a big smile, very nice smile. You got her, also the bigger smile with the eyes closed and everything, and her another smile, but a little more disturbing. Sociopath comes out. So you got those. You also have a bunch of hands right here, most of them on this plinth here. You got the on top of her more open accent. You have the fists right there, a pair of fists, a pair of pointing hands. Although mine is one of those kind of, you can see one's straight and one's a little bent. I'm not sure that's intended. I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, you can see that the building is supposed to be intended. You have a pair of holding hands as well. You know, hands that can hold things. And on top of that, you also have this right hand, which also is holding an apple juice box, a Ringo, 100% apple juice, because Suisei likes her apple juice. And you also get alternate wrist piece just in case yours snaps. And yeah, those holding hands can hold a couple accessories, including very nice looking white microphone with like a blue, I guess, microphone part. This gemstone thing going on, and the gold are wrapped around it. And there's a little bit of gold at the base as well. And of course, an axe. A brown axe with a silver blade. You know, be terrified if you see that come out. But if you pre-order from Good Smile Store online, you get this little bag, which has Hoshimachi Suisei on it, and well, it comes with an extra face, which is this little winking face, which is nice. So that's your lot. Honestly, not a whole lot of accessories. You notice she really doesn't have a whole lot. Of course, yeah, but swapping like the face, for example, pretty straightforward. You just, pop that off, pop the existing face off, stare into that horrifying mess right there, and pop the new one on. I'm going to use the pre-order face because why not? And pop that back on, and like so. Now she's winking. And of course, swapping hands is also pretty straightforward. Just again, make sure to first angle them first. They always tell you to do that. Make sure to angle them first, then pop them off. It makes it a little bit easier and less likely to break something. And of course, you can just take a hand and, you know, pop it on like so. Pops it in like that. Comes off the stand because that doesn't have a very tight, good grip. Grip's not very good there. And of course, that hand can either hold the wow words. This hand can hold the microphone like so, so she can sing Stellar Stellar or something else, or many of other songs, of which there are quite a few good ones because she's a fantastic singer. Or of course, you know, if she decides on a whim, why not? Here we go. You can kind of get this into the hand. You have to kind of stretch the hand out a little bit, but then yeah, get that in the hand, and now she has an axe. And oh boy, be careful. And of course, on this hand, you have the same thing with the. You can also pop this hand off and then get that out of there, and then now she can drink her juice while she's attacking. She can just kind of calmly drink her juice while she's, you know, chasing you with an axe, because, you know, she would do that. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward. And again, not a lot of accessories here, which is interesting considering everything. I'll get into a little bit. But yeah, some comparison stuff. Why not? Because she's performed with her a bunch. Here's Calliope Mori Calliope. Give an idea there. Kind of a little bit of dust on her, even though I wiped it down a little bit, but oh well. There's that. And of course the, you know, her, I guess, the one who she released with, here's Miko, because they released the same day. Yeah, 641, 642. Give an idea there. That. You can also see kind of more how more elaborate Miko's outfit is, which plays into what I'm going to bring up next, which of course, final thoughts, which include her price, which her price before shipping is what, $75 from Good Smile, and then bringing the shipping is $98, something like that, which isn't terrible. All things considered, about just shy of $100, at least it's supposed to be, which is the same price Miko is, but she comes with less and she's a less elaborate figure, so I have no idea why in the world she's the same price, other than some sort of thing that they just have to be the same price because, you know, I don't know, value or whatever. Because brand value or whatever, so, you know. So that's a little bit annoying. So I would argue she's a slightly better figure. She works better. She's got slightly better articulation in general. I don't know, maybe just like Suisei's look a little bit more, but she's got a lot less stuff, so it's harder to justify. Plus, on top of that, like I complained in the Miko video, tariff stuff will bite you, and for me, this cost me about $140 because of tariffs and whatnot, and stupid fees. So yeah, other stupid fees. So yeah, $140. Basically, if you live in the U.S., this will cost you probably some in the neighborhood of about $140 now. Maybe less, maybe more, depending where you buy it. But yeah, that's pretty much where you're sitting at, is about $140. Particularly if you buy from Good Smile, who I've noticed Good Smile's base price usually is a little higher than everyone else's, in part because they have the accessory. So if you don't really mind not getting the winking face, you might be able to get a bit cheaper. But yeah, if you really need this winking face, you're going to be paying like that $140. And yeah, that's the hard part. It's like, it's kind of hard to justify that, even though it's a good figure. I really like this figure a lot, actually. I think it looks really good and everything. And it poses pretty well. It poses really well. It looks good. Yeah, they're definitely in significant number. Apparently had issues with the elbows or something, but mine doesn't seem to have these issues, or I'm not seeing them. But they are offering replacements if you get in contact, so don't worry about that. If you haven't already gotten yours, and because this review is way late. Blame the holidays and some technical issues that I kind of posted about on YouTube there, but yeah, it's hard to justify. Basically, yeah, the whole tariff thing kind of makes it hard to justify the price. Get $100. I mean, yeah, sure, for a Figma, that's a pretty solid price for a good Figma with a good posability and good, okay amount of accessories. But for $150, it's really hard to swing that. Again, so yeah, my thing would be, unless you're just really hardcore into Suisei, might want to consider skipping this until like possibly it goes on sale, because it seems like the Tall Life Figma tend to go on sale pretty significantly, so you might be able to wait on this one and get it for way cheaper. So there you go, I guess. Pretty solid, but unfortunately tariffs kind of ruin the math here, because otherwise a good solid figure becomes just too expensive. So yeah, that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative, entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee, my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.